Hey, everybody. Welcome. Gonna wait for a couple people to get in and yeah, I'm just gonna give everybody a chance to sign on. And look, you guys are the first ones here, so get your questions ready. And I'll get this out of the way because I want to emulate Mike a little bit. So I'll say, yo, smash that button, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. Boom, 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 boom. Cool. All right. Baba booey. Baba booey. Okay, guys. So I'm really happy to be here. I've been meaning to do this. Obviously, I go on my channel a little bit less high tech. So if you caught the behind the scenes earlier, you know, you get to see that we're good traders. We were never good at the AV club stuff. Oh, okay. See? And I got my guy in the studio, my producer, saying, "Do not touch my desk because it shakes it." So I don't want to give anybody a seizure tonight, or ever really. But if you do suffer from seizures, maybe cannabis and hybrid CBD mixture is a good choice for you. Sharon Shorter, you look like you've been up all night trading. I was up all night watching futures. If you listened to the stream last night, I think we got off at like 10:30, and one of the questions was, okay, well, how do we end up tomorrow? And I said, look, it all kind of depends on that 11 p.m. pump, and then 11 p.m. comes and futures just go like this, vertical. I also said that I thought that the SPY would tap 297, like the 297s, like break 298, go into the 297s. I did not think we would go 297. So, yeah, definitely a wild night last night and into the morning. So, before we get into the pot stocks, I'll just kind of go over, some of the macro things that are going on. Um, if you watch futures at night, you see that it's the buyers are not, it doesn't appear that they're really there. But at the same time, the Fed can inject money at certain points of the night, which they're basically doing. I don't know if it's somebody doing it or it's just on like a computer program, but we're seeing these pumps throughout the course of the day and the night, and with the idea of gapping it up off the open, which I mean is great if you're in calls, but if you have puts, it's been really difficult to be short this market, right? So yeah. Um, so today we had a couple good trades in the group. Um, I'm sure some of the TTG people were in there. I was trading, I was scalping options all day, and really had one trade with the group, but it turned out to be a monster. It was QQQ. And I'll kind of get into why I was real bullish on QQQ, or not bullish, but confident, right? So I got into the 228 calls a little bit early today. Um, and it looked like, we were up only about 10 cents. And I was like, look, I don't think that this is going to hold. Maybe peel some off and let's go for a lower strike because this 228 area is not going to hold. And sure enough, we went down and we went down and we just kept on going. But then, in TTG, the trade that I was calling out, um, man, QQQ just took off and it grinded up at like certain times, and that's what kind of gave us confidence. So we're not going to get too much into the time frames because that's more of like just kind of the stuff that we cover in TTG. But we're definitely seeing like a cycle from defensive positions into tech, into maybe real estate, into transportation. So like we saw transportation off the open, then transportation faded, and everybody got out of tech, or not out of tech, but tech got cycled out, and then everyone went right back to tech, which is why we had a really good day in TTG. I mean, the trades were monster. Um, and that's why the and look, I'm not going to let anybody, the people in TTG can really speak for themselves. But if you were there Tuesday, then you kind of saw what was going on. Well, you did see what was going on, and the trades were the small caps that we were trading on Tuesday were great. So you know, let's get right into it. All right. So John, option chains seem jacked up with higher volume considering selling premium, or way out of the money with time to sell higher. Um, yeah, I mean that's I guess a good general statement. Does TTG go over covered call strategies? Yeah, so actually, in True Trading Group, you get basically, let's say you've never traded a stock in your life. We've got everything from like how to open up your account to how to set up your account, and then everything like the basics, from start to finish. Think of it as like learning how to read. We teach you the alphabet, then we teach you the nouns and the vowels. Then we get onto like words and nouns and adverbs and everything, and we just kind of go up all the way up the chain until you sound like Bill Shakespeare, this poet I know. So yeah, John, yeah, I definitely saw Boeing. Boeing made a real big move. Last time I checked, it was like 155. I'm long Boeing. Some of the other people, especially Mike. Mike talks about Boeing all the time. I think Mike got in 106. I got in at 90, and we're both really happy with that trade. Yeah, Kenneth Dixon, thank you. I'm never going to tell you where to put your money, okay? Two reasons. One, I'm not a financial advisor. Two, I don't get a commission. Three, that's why, you're in TTG to learn where to put your money yourself. If I feed you trades and you depend on that, or if Mike feeds you trades, or if Jason Simmons feeds you trades, then that's not really helpful, okay? Because what happens when we're not there? All right? You're stuck in a room and you've just got a phone and with your trading app on it and no other connection to the outside world. Do you just, throw your hands up and say, oh, okay, I guess I'm not trading today because I can't get Fed trades? No, that's what TTG does. We're showing you from start to finish what to do. Thoughts on Tilray holding some $9 calls? Um, Tilray. Look, I'm not really big Tilray bull, mostly because of the multiples that it's operating off of. But look, I'm just going to kind of give you a quick, you know, 30,000 foot view of the sector, right? Look, we've had some good catalysts and everything in the space that have just kind of lined up with, actually good headlines. coronavirus showed that there's still a really huge demand for cannabis in the United States and in Canada. Um, then we saw articles where they're saying um, cannabis CBD blocks a certain protein that keeps you from getting coronavirus. Great. It isn't really proven, but at least people are talking about cannabis is not as just something to consume for recreational purposes, but rather for its medical benefits. That's why when you look at GW Pharma, and GW Pharma has, it was the first biotech that I ever invested in. Um, and I invested in GW Pharma at $32. And GW Pharma's had just kind of a wild ride. Um, I think it's undervalued right now because of just the IP. So it's all the studies that they've done are worth, I think, a lot more than the market cap. And I think once people start looking at pot stocks as crossovers for these hybrid companies, one that do these recreational things and medical things, but also have actual pharma qualities, then the market becomes a lot bigger. Then you're not looking at a $50 billion market, you're looking at a $300 billion market. And look, for one of the things that I do in True Trading Group is especially for the people that come on and they do have pot stock portfolios, is when we do the one-on-ones, I'll go through and we'll go through everything. I'll take a look at your trades, what you're doing wrong, because look, you might really like a company that maybe I just don't trade, but we could come up with a strategy. And I think till the end of this month, which is, what is it? Till the Memorial Day sale ends on the 31st, which I guess is Sunday, right? So let's see, can we get a link for that? And guys, so with if you do join and you do get that discount, it's a 36% discount. You do get a one-on-one with either myself or Mike, and any of the other mods. All right. Yeah. Oh, sorry. You only get the one-on-one if you do this before midnight. So yeah. You think we could get the link for everybody? Just there it is. All right, so let's take a look at some of these questions. I apologize if my desk shakes. Alternatively, Medman is probably a hot spot. Novice S. Is there another crash? Even though the S&P 500 raised, I don't see much fall in TVIX, and it's hanging around 150 past 15 days. I think right now on the S&P 500, we're in this this weird psychological channel, right? And if you guys know me, I like to trade the channel, or trade the options within the channel. Yeah, look, 300 makes people 300 makes people question why the economy and the stock market are completely detached from each other. Look, we've got 35 million people that are jobless. We've got 1.3 trillion in auto loan debt, 1.42 trillion in student loan debt, 1.1 trillion in credit card debt. I think mortgage debt is over 10 trillion. Default rates are going up. Requests for forbearance on houses are rocketing up, right? The one thing that everybody needs to be aware of and cautious of is, and I said this yesterday on last night's stream with Mike, right now we're stair-stepping up and everybody's, just kind of lulled into, hey, we're all right. Stock market's good. Nasdaq's almost at back to all-time highs. We're 10% off all-time highs on the SPY. It's really simple for sentiment to change, and we saw that a week and a half ago. We dropped 3 weeks of gains in a day. Today, when the SPY and the QQQ were red, every sentiment completely shifted. So, we're in that really weird space, right? I think we're being fooled into, or we're kidding ourselves into thinking that everything is just great and we're going to be fine. Look at airlines. Airlines, the good news is nominal. They're still at 90%. They're at 10% occupancy on planes. Nobody's flying anywhere. People are going nuts about Disney. Okay, great. Um, Disney, I'm a season pass holder for Disney, and those season passes are expensive. If they start giving refunds on for those Florida season pass holders, it's a ton of money. Remember, 32% of Disney's revenue comes from the parks. Another percentage by the cruise lines. Another huge percentage by the merchandise. So, we've got to look and think yeah, trade these, but you should be taking profit. You should be taking profit. If you're not taking profit on these things, and you're just going to get absolutely destroyed. So, that's just kind of my take on the macro market. But every day there's a lot of really good trades in there. So let's see. Green Thumb, good long. Look, I really like Green Thumb Industries. I think, Green Thumb, Curaleaf, Trulieve, probably the three best marijuana companies out there. Now, does that mean that I am going to go buy $1 million of each one of those right now? No. No. There's actually, I am not long any of those right now. I will trade them, but I am not getting long any of those until a certain time. And that time period is not now. Okay? There's a couple of other things that need to line up beforehand. Guys, look, if you know me, if you followed me on Twitter, which is at Wolf of Weed Street, you know that last March I got out of pot stocks. Not only did I get out of pot stocks, but I went short. And it wasn't because I changed over to a bear. I got out because every year I get out in March. It's just that simple. I get out. This time I went short, which turned out to be the wisest decision I ever made. And with the idea that I would probably get long again sometime in July or August. That time never happened. And everything was just a trade. So, part of the reason that I'm in TTG is I've got a very specific area and timetable of when I'm going to get long in pot stocks. Now, you might say, well, they've hit a bottom, right? Yeah, some of them definitely have hit their bottom. Does that mean that the move is going to be linear for all of these things? No. You're definitely going to see a lot of people jumping into crap. You're going to see a lot of people getting worked. I mean, people in Aurora, they traded this thing up to, they didn't learn before when Aurora was $10 and I was saying just short it. Then it goes all the way back down to basically 52 cents, pre-split. And now we're just above $1 pre-split. We're at $1.20. So yeah, wow. Aurora's gone up 100%. But, is now the time to get long Aurora? No. Could there be a time? There's a lot of things that go into getting into these pot stocks. So, and look, again, that's basically, I'm trading options every day in TTG, like the last two big option trades I had, one went 242% yesterday, and then it did another 130%, 140% today, that same option. So you're looking at, I mean, actually, all in all, if you got it off of the low at 6 cents, um, it was 800% off of the low. 800%. That's 2 days worth of trades. All right. Last week, if you came into TTG, I got into a swing, Budweiser, at 41.85. Well, I sold that position today, 46.20, 46.93, something like that. I forget. So, we're going over a lot of things, but at the same time, a lot of different trades are coming up. And, right now, what I'm noticing as I'm trading options is uh, it's almost like sector Frogger. One day transportation's hot, one day, utilities are hot, one day mining's hot, tech's always hot. But it's like, okay, when do you want to get in tech? When do you get FOMO? When is the right time to buy the dip? Um, so yeah, and we're covering all that. Kevin, X gonna give it to you. Yeah. And guys, and in TTG, when you hear DMX playing, you know that we've made over 100% or more on U.S. steel. Sean Miller, Wolf, you're the man. Oh, so you did get the $9 call. Good for you. Yeah, guys, and my trades. So, guys, I'm completely off Twitter with giving trades out. All my trades are in TTG. And a lot of times I'm just getting DMs like the guy with the best name, James Earl Scones, asked me today. He was looking at AMD calls. He's like, "Well, which one should I get?" Um, he asked, "Well, should I get this 55 call?" And I was like, "Look, get the 52 call. All right, 52 June 5th call." And at the time, it was just $50. Um, and he's like, "Okay." So what does Scones do? He gets a $52 call, makes uh, I think it was at 120% by 3 o'clock. All right. And then it was like, so it was yesterday. Hey, should I buy this put? And it was like $10 puts on Tilray. And I was like, no, I was like, don't mess with it. And literally 5 seconds later or 5 minutes later, Tilray goes to 11.50. It just shot up. It was just like straight candle. Um, so yeah, with your real estate plays, why do you think it is now later this? Why do you think it is now later this year? Um, I mean, let me digest that sentence. All right, so I got back into real estate, um, and I'm not going to go over the trades that I got into because those are TTG trades, but you probably heard me talk about it. So anyway, it's SRS and DRV. Tomorrow we've got pending home sales. And real estate had a big day the other day, and I'm just like, why? So I bought calls and I reloaded the stock to full positions. Now, on those trades, they were some of the first swing trade ideas that I gave in TTG. I actually even gave them on YouTube probably in late March. Um, and DRV went from 20 to 33. It hit 33, what was it, last week? SRS went from 18 to I think 23 or 24. Um, but that's only a 2x leverage. DRV is a 3x leverage. So look, it's going to move with the SPY. Obviously, the SPY going over 300 is going to have an impact on, it's going to pull other things like URE, which is a real estate ETF. But that doesn't change the fact that, commercial real estate is going to go down. There's going to be an oversupply, less demand, more people working remotely, and with 35 million people unemployed, that's also going to translate into people losing their homes, unfortunately. So that's why I'm short real estate, in a nutshell. But there are definitely other triggers that look, some members that I've mentored and done one-on-ones with are really interested in the real estate thing. It's not just those two trades. That's what you have to understand. There's causality with those two stocks or that sector bleeding into other sectors, and then just kind of knowing and understanding, okay, where are the dominoes so that I can get bigger size. But yeah, again, like all this is what we go over in TTG. And look, honestly, I like doing this better than Twitter, which is, I mean, look, Twitter is just kind of a cesspool. Like I know that. There's no fuckery in TTG. I mean, I don't even curse in TTG. I mean, I'll curse on YouTube, but for the most part, um, we're looking at, we're a group of people that actually want to improve. And the great thing about TTG is the amount of eyeballs that are just, looking at different things all at once. Everybody's looking for the bull flag or, the bear flag or the head and shoulders or the TTG triangle. And people are spotting it in different stocks. Sometimes people will be like, hey, what do you think of these, call options? And I'm like, oh, let me take a look. And I'm like, holy shit, that's a great call. I'm gonna jump in that with you. So yeah, when does housing crash again? It's not as simple as understanding when it crashes as much as knowing where the dominoes are that could definitely make things a little bit tricky. Right now, the one thing that everybody should be kind of focused on, and I know we're going to talk about pot stock, so we'll get into that after I say this. The one thing people should be focused on is, are we going to get a surge in the next 1 to 2 weeks after Memorial Day weekend when people were clearly not social distancing? That's going to tell a lot of, just kind of where we're at. Was the stay-at-home order warranted? Is there, uh, you know, are we going to get that bad second wave? All right, Kevin Bernhardt, you heard it right there. He's a real estate agent, short real estate. Yeah, so my real estate agent is Sam DiBianchi. You guys probably don't know who that is, or maybe you do, or your wives know who that is. So it's she's on $1 Million Listing. I gotta have her on and do something with us, even record a video, because I really need to pick her brain as well about real estate because she's an absolute shark, commercial real estate and residential. Oh, Ross, yeah, sorry about his tibia. At least it wasn't his femur, right? And look, a break is better than an ACL. So, all right. Sec. So let me take a look at futures for you. Let's see where we're at. Uh, oh, Dow up almost 1%, 0.8. S&P 0.5. I'm guessing NASDAQ 0.43, which is weird. So tech's gonna lag tomorrow based off of this. And China, yeah. Guys, look at it this way. If if you bought 10 of my options today, all right, even where I bought them the first buy, you would have paid for your True Trading Group membership in one afternoon. You'd have actually made more. You'd have paid for that, for the membership, and you could have bought half a membership for somebody else. So it was 180, okay, initial entry. Exit was 330. But I got lower, and so did a lot of people. I mean, we had somebody in TTG got in at 83 cents and sold at 230, which is crazy. 300% gain. Oh, I'm shaking the desk. Sorry. So, you know, if you're going to do that, if you're going to join TTG, just be aware 85% of the people that join TTG end up paying for their membership in, I don't know, the first couple of weeks. I got a stat on that. Ooh. Oh, first 6 months. And guess what? There's a lot of members that, I mean, look, some of you have paid for your TTG membership on a Tuesday. How many members in TTG? We have, I think we're pushing like somewhere in the neighborhood of like 700 or 800. I don't know. I don't get into the stats. Some people are in there every day. Some people, are just working. And then just getting everything on, the push notifications or on the mobile app. You still in AAL puts or stopped out? Actually, I got, believe it or not, so I bought American Airlines today. I got it 36 cents. So I basically just doubled my position. It was just like, I'll be happy if if I can get like 20 cents on this. And it ended up going back to my original entry. So I ended up going flat on the first shares that I bought, but killing it on, the second shares. So the second shares actually went up 100%. So I basically made 100% on it. And then I got out at 80 cents. My initial entry was 82. So nuts. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna have them throw up the thing. So yeah, look, before midnight, you want to talk pot stocks for an hour, hour and a half. I mean, look, I could talk about pot stocks forever, and give you really good insight that you're not going to get from anybody else. Because I talk to all the CEOs of pot stocks. There's actually CEOs of pot stocks that are members of True Trading Group, and I can't even say their names. And the reason is they're like, hey, I kind of want to learn how to trade. I've got all this weed money. But yeah, I can drop a dime on companies, the ones that you need to stay away from and the ones that you need to possibly take a second look at. But yeah, that one-on-one is only good for tonight. Or if you sign up by midnight. So we're going to hit you with the code in 3, 2, 1. Am I doing mostly all options? No. Look, I swing stocks too. So, guys, I loaded up in March. I loaded up my portfolio. You know, my SEP IRA, and we bought a lot of stocks. Um, Actually, it was the first time I was on TTG, I gave everybody the stocks that I was buying. I don't think that there's one that isn't up 50%. I mean, a couple of them are up 100%. I think I gave you guys Square at 38, Paychecks at 50, IIPR at 50, Power REIT at $8. Power REIT's $24 today. It's 300%. What else? Boeing, I got in at 90. I have the airlines, obviously. But yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of, right now, I spend more time trimming the positions waiting for a pullback, or if they're going to 100%, I'll sell half. So like when I bought Boeing at 90, um, I bought it and my father-in-law bought it. We both sold half of our position at 181, and we're just like, I'm not even gonna worry about it now. A monkey could have picked on the drop. Yeah, maybe. But it also depends, right? Because one, a monkey can't go in with size, and two, you know, buying on that dip in March was more based off of being able to outlast the market if things drop further, right? Because until there was that intervention by the Fed, and the intervention I'm really talking about is the 2.3 trillion of junk bonds they bought, it could have been a crapshoot, It could have been early. And honestly, you know, buying American Airlines at 11, selling it at 17, and then reloading it at 10 wasn't a bad move. Buying Carnival at 11, selling it at 18, and then reloading it at 9 isn't a bad move. And you're not going to get that by being a monkey just throwing darts at a wall, right? That comes with, understanding like the macro environment and being around people that can tell you like, okay, look, here's this, here's this, here's that. So yeah, all right. All right, so let's get into pot stocks. All right, so Canopy has earnings. The the thing about Canopy and a couple of these, they're right by that 200-day moving average. Look, I don't think Canopy is going to put up crazy numbers, right? I mean, they're going to be good numbers, don't get me wrong. They'll probably look somewhere in the neighborhood of like Green Thumb or Trulieve. But the thing that you have to worry about with Canopy is the goodwill and the perception of, are things turning around? Now, one of the canaries in the coal mine for Canopy is, are things turning around? Probably. What could be that indicator? Well, Constellation Brands had the chance to take a bigger percentage of Canopy, or they could have walked and just been like, all right, it is what it is. Hopefully they do well. They chose to buy. All right, so that's good. At the end of the day, they've made a lot of money on the deal, believe it or not. They could have easily just walked away. They're not walking away. So that's a huge vote of confidence. Now, that doesn't mean that this is going to be a linear move. We're going to stair step up. It's going to be choppy, okay? So, one of the things that I would say is if you're going to go long, hold a core, trade a core. Canopy is volatile enough where it'll give you a 75 cent to $1 range, on any given day. And you can do a lot with that, especially if you're a buyer at like $50 or $25 in January. All right. STZ. So Constellation Brands, yeah. So STZ, I'm long from 127. I actually took some profit last week. But look, I like those Vice stocks. Alcohol isn't going anywhere. Mike is invested in like Altria, for example. Altria has a big position in Kronos. They're basically Kronos' sugar daddy. And those Kronos calls are still went even higher than those X calls. So those Kronos calls actually expire on, sorry if you could hear that noise. So my neighbor is a famous car YouTuber. Everybody's on YouTube. Aurora Cannabis, you sold too early. You probably held too long also, unless you just got in. If you got in for the first time after their reverse split, then, don't complain. Nobody's going broke taking profit. All right. All right, so anybody have gun to your head? All right, I just want to just kind of I'm going to take a quick little pulse. um, quick little pulse. Gun to your head. If you had to buy one pot stock, what would it be? Everybody just throw the ticker in. I just want to kind of get a range for you guys. You don't see much of my options trays in the room. I do like Medicine Man Technologies. I don't like CVSI. Oh, top 5 cannabis companies to stay away from. Oh man, I'll give you 2. All right, I'm not going to give you 5. I will give you 2. All right. After this, Cron Truly, GTII, OGI. Okay, wow. Nice little mix. Oh, God, Joe Mack. Got it. Okay, wow. Guys, that is a window into your soul, into your pot stock soul. Oh, Richard, you're funny. Okay, I'll tell you. I'm going to give you 2 companies to stay away from. One you're going to know off the bat. MedMen. All right? MedMen, just stay away from it. Okay? That thing is diluting 26 million shares a month. All right? I'm going to give you another one. Kern. Unfortunately, Joe Mack, you own Kern. Kern does not make any money. Okay? Joe V, I'm ready, Joe. Joe, I swear your pot stock portfolio will never look better. Guys, you want to trade pot stocks, okay? Everybody wants to trade. Guys, guys at Canaccord, BMO, 8 Capital, PNC, whatever. All these guys that are the bankers, the book runners, are saying, yo, what do you think of this stock? What do you think of this stock? So at TTG, you get the wolf. You get me. I tell you when, and whether you like me or you don't like me, I mean, you don't have to like me in order to understand that I got no skin in the game when it comes to your wallet. I don't want you to lose money. I want you to make money, because then you're not going to troll me, okay? I don't like trolls. And I do like to turn the trolls into supporters. So I want you guys to join True Trading Group. If you're serious about getting into pot stocks, all right? Pot stocks, mushroom stocks, options, okay? You like, say you've got 10 grand to invest in pot stocks, right? You're going to go with 10 grand alone? Like, I'm just going to buy this. I'm going to read what they say on Twitter. Okay. Or do you go with 10 grand and instead of losing probably 30%, as we go into the most volatile time period in summer, which is May to August, do you go at it alone, or do you go at it with somebody where you're like, hey, Wolf, what do you think of this? Wolf, should I buy this option? Should I buy this call? Should I buy this put? How do I protect these gains? Where would you, like, I took profit here, it's still going. Where should I deploy that capital? Oh, thanks, Zion. Joe V, welcome. Welcome, Joe. We'll do that one-on-one, baby. I get your MJ stocks in my email. Did you ever call any big shareholders of MJNA back in the day? No. No, no. I've never actually owned MJNA. And that's pretty shocking because that was when I first started trading pot stocks, there was 13 pot stocks. 13. Yeah, there's mushroom stocks. MCO for the win. Yeah, guys. So with this membership, you're gonna get everything. You can get the discount, guys. A bunch of new features coming in. Also, you're gonna be able to paper trade for some of you noobs. And there's nothing wrong with paper. Paper trading is way better than using real money, especially when you're learning options. I wish I would use a paper trading simulator for trading options when I started, instead of thinking I knew what I was doing because I was, basically winning until I lost. So, um, so yeah. So that, and we're gonna have real time level 2, and you're gonna be able to trade right from TTG to you're gonna be able to place your own trades. You're not gonna have to leave the site to do that. And when you sign up today until midnight, and maybe we'll extend that to Pacific time too. You get a one-on-one with me. And guys, honestly, you don't want to do it, fine. All right. I'm not going to pull your leg, but the prices are going to go up. And when pot stocks start heating up, you're going to be like, damn, I should have done this. So now you're going to pay more. You're not going to get a one-on-one with me. You're going to have to DM me and send me messages like everybody else during the day. And I'm going to answer you, but I'm still going to help you. Let's be real. All right, you join TTG, I'm still going to get your back. But you want to get that one-on-one because you might be in a situation in your portfolio that you need to unfuck. And I can unfuck your portfolio. Why did I join TTG? Really simple. I was giving away so many trades away for free and getting nothing but fucking people trolling me. And it was just really frustrating. Every day it was, no, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. Every day it was, I'm right, I'm right, I'm right. Here are the percentages, like calling things in advance. And then with coronavirus, I saw it as just a huge opportunity just to make a ton of money on my own. And I knew that there were going to be a lot of really good trades with everything going down. And was just like, you know what? I am not going to make people on Twitter rich. I'm not going to, make them money because most of them are, pretty fucking ungrateful, to put it bluntly. So I was like, I'm just going to go to TTG, which is a community that I've known for a while. Like Mike and I go back for years, and it just made sense. Get out of the cesspool of Twitter. Alan Brockstein, advisor 1 to 10. I was one of the first 10 people on his site, and I left, and he wanted to do something with me, and I was like, I think I'm going to do it on my own. That I wouldn't give that guy $100 to invest. I wouldn't give him $100 of your money to invest. That guy is not a trader. He's a traitor. Traitor. Thanks, Jersey Devil. Is there any pot stocks that you would hold long term? Yeah, I hold some long term pot stocks. The two biggest positions that I have in pot stocks, believe it or not, have nothing to do with cultivation. Um, they are Power REIT and IIPR. If you want to chase them, you know. But TTG members got that, Power REIT at $8, IIPR at $50. What's my win percentage and RR and options? It's tough to say. I'll give you this. So Mike has a higher win percentage. When he's trading everything. I mean, on my swings, my win percentage on swings is exceptionally high. I don't even like. I don't even want to give you a number because you'd think that I was bullshitting you. But I'm not. I'm rarely wrong on direction. Where what I get wrong sometimes is timing, and timing when you're trading options is important. So to give you an idea, my win rate in March, okay, I only did March, was 63%, and that was purely trading options. Now, 63% might not sound that good, but remember, the losses are usually small, the wins are usually big. My portfolio did 71% in the month of March, and April was was similar. Wasn't as good because of I was still short on some things, and then that 2.3 trillion came in and kind of screwed up a bunch of trades. But for the most part, look, the only thing that really matters is if I start with $100 in a month, is it going to be 150? Is it going to be 200, or is it going to be 50? You know? And guys, you have to look at it like this. I started like every one of you. I started with $1,500 in a Scottrade account in 2013. Little by little, I put it in. I got the feel for it. Not trading, but I was investing, right? Found pot stocks. I put in a total of 10 grand over a 6 month period, and I've lived off of that 10 grand since 2013. That's the way I look at it. I have a picture in my office right now that's worth 100 grand, you know? So, and a lot of Star Wars stuff that has a lot of value to me. So, look, that's all that matters. Look, you can't compare yourself to anybody else. I certainly don't. I'll always look at myself as like just a blue collar guy. I had a regular job before this. It was a really good job, but it got to the point where that job was really stressful, and I saw a lot of bad shit, and I started making way more money just trading. And I was like, how do I rationalize this? And then my company wanted to move me to another city, and I was like, nah, it's all right. I'm good. So, nice. Isn't that better stats than Goldman Sachs traders? Yeah, I'm sure on a percentage basis, 90% of the people on here are better traders than Goldman Sachs traders. You want to know why? Goldman Sachs are playing with $300 million portfolios. So you can't compare the two. Me trading a six-figure position versus somebody trading an eight-figure position, it's a way more risk. So, I mean, look, if a Goldman Sachs trader is buying, like I buy size most times. If they're buying size relative to what they have to me, then yeah, they're making billions and billions and billions. You know, I'm looking for long-term growth. They're looking for the same thing, but they're also managing a lot more risk. Any publicly traded mushroom stocks you would buy at present levels? No, not really. I mean, look, guys, I'm not gonna. I won't say I don't own mushroom stocks because that would be a lie. But I'm not gonna get into the mushroom stocks that I do own because I don't have to talk about them. I don't have to say it, and there's like 50 million people pumping them. So pump away, guys, pump away, and I'll just keep taking profit. Do I ever sell puts? The only put that I ever sold was Tilray, and it was when it was $36, and that was before it made its run to like 300. And I sold the put by accident, um, and it ended up being like the best mistake I ever made. Do I prefer sativa or indica? I prefer hybrids. Joe Canada, but I'm in at PP prices. No, I haven't. I've done one PP in a mushroom stock. That's it. Billions is a pretty hilarious show. Bobby Axelrod is hilarious. Yeah, my best friend in college is on the show Billions. He plays Mafi. I ever trade OTC pots? Buddy, the house I'm in was bought by an OTC pot stock. Cash. Um, yeah, this house that I'm in right now was bought with a pot stock. So I'll never turn my back. You know, now that I'm older and a little bit wiser, yeah, it's really tough to get me to trade an OTC company. I mean, sometimes I do, but yeah, you're a TTG member already, Hemping. That thing's like half a penny. I don't buy anything under $1. If it's on the OTC, if it's in Canada, it's a different story. What do I think of Uxley? I'm not that big a fan of Uxley. What do I think of IM Academy? I don't even know what that is. Pod Network? No. I'm. What is my thoughts on Twillo? Um, I almost alerted a call on Twillo today. I was looking at $200 call options for next week. I did not get it. I didn't even think it was worth mentioning because it ran up like another $10. So I like Twillo. I mean, I don't think Twillo should be a $200 company, but it's a good company. I mean, that thing was like 90 something bucks when all this went down. I mean, look, Roku was hit $60. I think one of the first weeks in True Trading Group, we were trading Roku calls and just crushing Roku calls. So, all right, guys. All right, so we're gonna keep this. We're gonna wrap this up only because I am starting to get a migraine. Probably need some sleep. So, this is what I'm here to say. Before I go, though, I'm going to give you some just high level information for your pot stocks trades. Here are your catalysts, okay? Safe banking in the United States, obviously. We can't have another, you know, second wave, but that goes for everything. In Canada, what we need to see is dispensaries start opening. That way there's a place to sell, and cannabis does what it was intentionally, intended to do, which was hurt the black market. Um, so we need the dispensaries to basically go up like we need 80% more dispensaries in Canada. Now, if you don't know how many dispensaries there are, or what's a good number, per every citizen, for every 10,000 citizens in Canada, you need one dispensary. Okay, so if you do the math, it's like 3,700 dispensaries. They're nowhere near that. Okay, they need a lot more dispensaries. So that's a catalyst for you if you're trading in Canada. Safe banking here, like I said, we need some of these unlocks to come free, for these MSOs. That way everybody can, just kind of get in at a reasonable rate. All right. Now, some of the other stuff I'll go over with you on your one-on-one. You're only going to get that one-on-one though if you sign up tonight. So sign up tonight, hit the notification bell, and we'll take it from there. All right. Everybody, have a good night. And just remember, it's True Trading Group. I will see you guys at 9 or 8:30. We have the 7:30 Colada Club, where Jason Simmons goes over charts and everything, all the news. And tomorrow's going to be a big day. There's some big news that will be important for some of the trades that we're in. Probably some of the trades that you're in too. But, if you're not aware of it, you could get worked. All right. So if you like this video, if you like my little takeover of True Trading Group, hit the like button. Write something in the comments. I want to have more likes than Mike did on his last video. So let's kind of rub a little wolf into his face. So go. So hit the little bell. Guys, I am Jason Spatafora, the Wolf of Weed Street. You can catch me on Twitter. But I hope that you'll be catching me in TTG in the morning. All right? Take care, comb your hair, and have a good night.